Tennessee Tech head coach Dewayne Alexander. The Golden Eagles came through with an OVC win at Eastern Illinois, 20-17. Converted on fourth down in the fourth quarter for the game-winning score. This week, they're going to host Lindenwood. Coach, just some thoughts on your team, and then we'll go to some questions.
Well, first, very just happy for our team, excited for our team. It's been a very resilient team, and the word resilient just means the ability to continue to bounce back, after things don't go your way and bounce back quickly. And we've had to do that week after week, game after game, it seems like. And this game was no different. We had an opportunity to, kick a field goal right before half, the last play of the half, to give us some momentum going into halftime, similar to what we did at Kennesaw the week before. We made a field goal right before half, gave us great momentum for the second half. And the field goal got blocked and ran back for a score, at the buzzer. So here we are down 17-3 on the road. After a disappointing loss the week before, at Kennesaw State. And, I was really pleased with how our staff handled halftime, our offensive staff, defensive staff, our assistant coaches. There was no kicking and screaming or turning stuff over or anything like that. It was just simply, hey, guys, we've got to, we know we have a, better football team. We moved the ball well at first half. We played good defense the first half. We can't do anything about a couple of plays in the first half. They're in the rearview mirror, but let's go play Golden Eagle football the second half. And our guys responded well to that. We got the ball to start the second half and had a big 12-play drive to start the half to cut the lead to 17-10. Then probably the biggest play that we've had in a while this season was just causing a turnover in the first drive of the second half that they had the ball. We have really struggled, causing turnovers defensively. And Josh Relaford, our, senior defensive back, a safety, stripped the ball. Their first run play of the second half, we stripped the ball. Cam Hudson, our corner, recovered it, gave us a short field. That really ignited our sideline. And we got a field goal to make it 17-13. And there was a fourth down was big in this game. Defensively, we were able to, hold them to no score in the second half and made two big fourth down stops. And conversely, offensively, we converted on two fourth downs that we converted into touchdowns. Not only were they fourth down conversions, but we actually converted them into touchdowns. So we made some big plays on fourth down on both sides of the ball and played a really good second half of football. And just really happy for our team and our guys. I mean, we really needed it, like all teams need a win. EIU's been a lot like we have. It's just a play here, a play there that needs to go your way. Some injuries. We picked up some injuries during the game, so did they, but guys kept playing. But a big win. We needed it, and we've got 3 games now. That was our 5th game in October and 4 road games in October, and we finished it off at least with an OVC win. We have another OVC game, homecoming this week here at Tennessee Tech, which is, just for me personally as an alum, always a big week, exciting week to have our alums back, and homecoming's a big deal here at Tennessee Tech. So we're excited to be back at home and play this 3-game stretch we have left on our schedule here in November.
I would ask with the fourth downs, I believe I was looking to do the math here. I think you were 1 of 10 on fourth downs going into the game. What's not just in this game, but what's the mindset or the secret to success, I guess, to converting on fourth downs, knowing that everyone's different, every situation is different?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It is, but we've always been, if you look, I think we've gone for fourth down more than probably anybody in the conference this year, and that's kind of what some of the, statistics and analytics, and things say, depending on where you're at, on the field. And, we kind of have a plan going into the game and, kind of how, we played a wishbone triple option team. So you're not going to get the week before like Kennesaw. So just to give you an example for that game, I was going to be aggressive on fourth down because you may punt the ball and you may not get it back for 8 minutes, so you're not going to get many possessions. So in games where that your possessions are going to be limited, you better take advantage of so if you have a 4th and 2, instead of punting the football back and may not get it back for 7 or 8 minutes, I think your odds of, our defense needs to be off the field right here. Right now we don't have a lot of depth defensively. So, trying to keep our offense on the field, we've been really good at time of possession, and things like that. But making sure our defense doesn't have to play a ton of snaps, I think gives us our best chance to win games right now, which is where we're at injury-wise and personnel-wise. So, there's a lot of thoughts and factors that that go into it. And we have a quarterback who also can punt, and we can shift him back and punt it. He actually punted one down to the 3-yard line in the game against EIU. But, there's a lot of thought goes into it, but we're going to be aggressive on fourth down, especially certain areas of the field. And we've been a good fourth down team, offensively and defensively this year. We've made a lot of stops on fourth down, some big stops, a big one at Kennesaw. We made a huge fourth down stop that gave us a short field. And we had 2 big fourth down stops in the EIU game.
I know Dan, who you got to talk to on Saturday, he has a question for you.
Okay.
Hi, Coach. Thanks again for your time on Saturday after the game.
Hey, thanks, Dan. Good to see you.
My question is, you have played both Martin and SEMO, and I'm not asking you who would win head-to-head, but what I would like to know is, what do you see as the strengths of each team?
Well, I will tell you this, it would be a heck of a football game if those two teams played. I think really they're very similar teams in that offensively they all have a lot of weapons. I mean, outstanding wide receivers. Both teams have tremendous wide receiver cores. Go-getters. SEMO's got 2 big receivers, that can catch the ball on the outside. The running back in Hess, is outstanding. And if you look at Wallace, the UT Martin running back, similar build. I think if those guys switched uniforms, you wouldn't know which one is which. They're very similar players. They're both low center of gravity, really strong, physical runners, hard to tackle in tight space. So, the running game maybe is similar. Quick skill players, excellent skill players on the perimeter. They both have effective tight ends. They both have good quarterbacks, that are big physical guys at quarterback. Tall, can throw the long ball well, physical offensive lines. Defensively, same thing, very opportunistic defenses. Both of them are. They both play some similar things on defense. They play a lot of man coverage and some different things. Really, there's a lot of similarities between these two teams. Where they're and in playing both of them, we had similar games, with both teams. But they both have big playability, and then they have excellent special teams, have excellent kick returners, punt returners. So I think both teams. Now I'll just give you my. We've played Sanford, who right now I think is ranked 10th in the country. We played them. They got a very good team. Coach Hatcher and Sanford has got a really good football team. And then we played Martin and we played SEMO and played both of them on the road. And I know Sanford's ranked 10th in the country. I can 100% tell you this. If they're ranked 10th in the country, then UT Martin and SEMO are not very far off of that. We've played all 3 of those teams, and I think all of them are playoff worthy. I think all of them are outstanding teams. And I think if SEMO and Martin played, it would be a knockdown, drag-out game. And in my opinion, if this thing pans out to where both of them end up, depending on how the conference season works out, I think both of them would – I would have a hard time putting some other teams in the playoffs over those teams, okay? They both are going to deserve to get in my opinion.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate your detail.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, what about Lindenwood? Obviously, they're off to a good start in their first year of Division I football.
Man, they are. They're in it to win it. It's kind of like I said about Texas A&M Commerce, who moved up. Lindenwood had success. They're committed. They made a commitment to, their facilities, everything else. You look at their, football facilities, locker room, all the stuff you recruit to, their game day atmosphere. Man, they are, they've come in it to win it. I've known Jed for a while. Through our NAIA days back in the day, our paths crossed a little bit. We both were NAIA coaches at one point, and he's had success everywhere that he's coached. And but I've been very impressed with their team. They are very solid. They're very well coached. Offensively, their quarterback now, he is a competitor. He is a street brawler. He's a linebacker mentality playing quarterback. He's a leader. He obviously, all those guys feed off of him as he goes, their team goes. He's tough, mentally tough. He's physically tough. He's like a fullback back there. He's 6 foot, 225 pounds. He's all muscled up, got his shirt rolled up. Looks like a linebacker, but he's a quarterback. Make no mistake about that. He can throw the ball really well. He makes all the throws, and then he pulls it down and runs the football. He's had over 100 rushing attempts as the quarterback this year, and a lot of those come off of what I call off-schedule plays, where he's dropped back to pass. There's nothing there. He pulls it down, and the next thing you know, he's picked up 8 yards. He's picked up 10 yards. He's picked up 7 yards, and his good receivers on the perimeter. So, you know, they're very, very efficient offensively. They get a lot of first downs. They execute well. They're not sloppy. They do a really, really good job of executing on offense. And then defensively, they play great defense. You know, people have moved the ball on them and got some yards. Boy, you get the ball inside the, 10-yard line, man, they're like a different defense on film. They keep you out of the end zone. And that's what it's all about. It's trying to keep you from scoring points. And they do a really good job in their red zone defense, and just a very solid football team. And they've won 6 games this year. Anytime you're winning, you're winning, and that, that they beat Murray State, already this year in a conference game, which was big for their first year in the league. And I know they're wanting to come here and travel to our place and finish off their conference schedule strong. So very impressed with their team, very impressed with their program. They've been a great addition to the OVC, tremendous addition. I think I look forward to having the opportunity to go there, and play one day and compete against those guys. They're doing it right. Their kids play hard. They play with class. They're been a great addition, and we're going to have our hands full on Saturday. I know that's supposed to have a great day. I should have a big crowd, homecoming. A really good opponent, so I'm looking forward to I think this is the only head-to-head OVC battle maybe this week on the schedule. I'm not sure.
SEMO and TSU.
Okay, so I knew there was a couple there, but first matchup between our two schools, and I think it's going to be a good one. We're going to have to contain their quarterback, and then offensively we're going to have to get the ball inside the in the red zone area. We got to score some touchdowns.
Well, Coach, thanks for your time as always. Appreciate it. Best of luck, and we'll talk to you next week.
Hey, thank you.